Going on? This is Real Lion right back at you, everybody. Waiting for the breaking news of the verdict of the McDonald murder. Um, Van Dyke and a lot of people that's in law enforcement know what's going on. They honestly are preparing for something like we already know, and some of us know. A lot of us, one way or the other, really don't really care about that. We really don't. Because we already know what it is and how it's going to be. We just going to wait. The deliberations already been done. Everyone's been counted out. It's just up for the judge to render his verdict. Um, all the things that's happening now is only like 20 protesters outside. Chicago police is prepared. They have the fire hydrants already closed out. They have fire trucks ready so they can just hose everybody down. They have so many police that's wasting taxpayers' money right now because they honestly think we care to the degree that they think we do. Because a lot of us, to be completely honest with you, don't really care about it, man. Because we already know one way or the other, it don't matter, you know? So we just waiting for the response of the verdict to be coming. It's supposed to come out in like, 12 minutes? So that's all it really is happening. A lot of this stuff is just talk. A lot of this stuff is just trying to figure out who's who and what's what and grandstanding and everybody stalling for the deliberation. That's all that is. So, so I'm gonna give this, but I'm gonna wait, just like everybody else, because I already have my comments I'm gonna do. But I just wanted to see how many people actually cared. You know, drop me a comment. What do you actually think the verdict is gonna be? Hmm? Is it gonna be a guilty verdict, or is it gonna be a hung jury, or not guilty? What's it gonna be? Hmm? I would love to hear everybody's opinion. You know, this is live right now in Chicago. A lot of us, that's off work, but just waiting, and that's the state. You know, and there at all of the hot spots, Humboldt Park, Inglewood, urban areas, Crestwood, uh, all of the areas where Black and Hispanics are. Right now, I can pretty much tell you that's 71st, right off Jeffrey. So they just waiting. They think we're gonna act a fool. We're gonna start doing things. We're gonna see. That's the Walgreens over there. Everybody know the Vidocs. That's Stony Island. For those who don't know, um, that's what's happening. So they really want to get a grasp on what we're gonna do. You know, that's 71st and Jeffrey right there. So we'll see. Should be less than 9 minutes. I'm gonna stay all the way to and just see as the police, as the time is getting closer to that verdict. See more and more police get involved. They already have a unit. Someone said, "I hope you found not guilty." Oh, okay. And why is that? You know, just let me know. Why is that? He was a bad boy. Okay. All right. All right. That's cool. All right. That's your opinion. Okay. Who else think he should be guilty and because that's what it is. But based on your profile, I'm not. Yeah. No, I'm gonna take the bait. No one cares. That's what people don't understand. A lot of us, especially a lot of us that's old in the head, we already know regardless of how this comes, regardless of what it is. You know, a lot of us don't care no more, man. The fight and the spirit been beaten out of us, man. Yeah, that's it. So that's how I render it. That's how I think about it. Because to be honest with you, we don't care. We really don't care. Because we know how this world, this society is built. We know we're not gonna get a fair share, regardless of how it is. You know, we're not gonna get the benefit of the doubt. You know, but that's my opinion. So we're gonna wait for the opinion that matters most, the verdict. That's what we're gonna matter. See all of the police coming in on bikes. A lot of us in former law enforcement, we already know what that sign, the 1020, already there. They're gathering all the way up. Yep. So that's what it's gonna be, man. Yep. Yep. Not guilty. Okay. I understand. Okay. That's fine, dude. That you entitled to your opinion. All right. Yep. Yep. So we'll see. We will see. It's less than what, 6 minutes now. Yep. We will see live on the response of Chicago of the Van Dyke verdict. The decision reading will be 11:45 Central Time. Right now it's 11:39. Not really a chill day. Children are still in school right about now. The parents are in school or at work, handling their business with other children. So everyone just waiting for the deliberation. And that's what it is. We had a lot of people say he should be not guilty. Yep, that's true. Understand? I understand. So we're waiting. Yep. And we're gonna see live. Yep. Yeah, we're reading those live tweets from Dorothy Tucker. Just in, the prosecutors are in the courtroom. FBO. So I already know what that means. When they called him in, I already know that's not a good sign. I already know they got the dogs, they got everybody that's wasting taxpayers' money. And there's less than what, 20 people out there? You know, 26 years, Suge Knight in jail. All right. Oh, you are a troll. Okay, I get you. We got a lot of trolls on here. Okay, we got less than 5 minutes now. We got less than 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Less than 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. Yep. Less than 5 minutes, everyone. And that's why I have the closed caption on. For obvious reasons, I can't play the audio, but visually I can. That's why I got the closed caption. So at least you can read what is being, played, trying to do. Okay, it's 4 minutes now. 4 minutes. All right. The suspense is building up. Yep. The suspense is building up. All righty. Yep. Yeah, they're definitely talking about that targets what's code word is called minority, the Black and Hispanic Humboldt Park, Gage Park, what else? Um, Inglewood, Pilsen, all of the areas where the minorities at. Yeah. And they making sure that they zero in on the Hispanics, police officers. A lot of them, I'm gonna be quiet with that. But yeah, we just waiting. If somebody gonna act a fool, give them the time. This is People versus Van Dyke and recess. Okay, all right. We got less than 2 minutes. Got less than 2 minutes. They're going to be hung jury, not guilty or guilty. Come on. Get the likes up, y'all. Get the likes up. Get the likes up. Y'all know how. Press the like button. Press the like button, man. Button. That's all you gotta do. Cut it off. Come on, man. Do nothing. Just the like button. That's all you. Come on, man. Like. Subscribe. If you don't want to subscribe, like. Come on now. I got 27 people in here. Get the likes up, please. Get the likes up. Get the likes up. Oh, you guys are real trolls. 30 people in here. 1 minute before the verdict is about to be read. Come on. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for those. Thank you for those. Thank you for those who gave me a like. Appreciate it. Yeah, thank all those who like it. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. I really do. Appreciate it. Y'all know how this YouTube thing work, especially for small YouTubers. You know how this work. Support the little people. You know, because all the big channels are afraid to do stuff like this because they don't want their channel to get demonetized. Me, I don't care. So at least appreciate what someone is doing. That's all. And those who did drop the like, I appreciate it. I'm going to turn it up as soon as I get more likes. How about that? I'll turn the volume up if I get more likes. You want to hear everything? Let's get some like video. Come on now, y'all. I don't like doing that, but come on now. You know how this thing works. All right, I'm about to turn it up.
Police officers are prepared and ready to respond to any problems. There will be 6,000 police officers per shift working 12-hour shifts through at least the weekend because of the verdict. The two killed in Rogers Park by the same gun, and the marathon. He supports any peaceful protest but won't tolerate any activity that puts neighborhoods or individuals at risk.
Well, a lot going on in the city of Chicago today and through the weekend. So, Irv, we heard from Dorothy Tucker that they're starting to fill up the courtroom. Take us through again what these next steps are. Instructions are starting to be read.
Well, what will happen is the judge will just admonish everybody in that courtroom that he's not going to tolerate any type of disobedience at all. I mean, you cannot say a word, or else he's going to have you come up to the bench and he's going to say, I hold you in direct contempt of court. Mr. Sheriff, take him a couple times already.
So what happens here as we listen to the charges being read, and people don't know how to necessarily interpret some of this stuff? Let's say you hear a not guilty first, and people, oh, not guilty, but then there might be some guilties behind it. You really have to hear the entire, all the counts being read.
Good point. I mean, there's multiple verdict forms that are going to be brought in before the judge. The clerk will read them, and you really have to get all of them in before you should start making any opinion as to what really happened in this case. I mean, everybody's focusing on the murder and the second degree. Those aggravated battery with a firearm are pretty serious charges too.
So we're seeing in
I thought America was already great for you
Van
guys.
Dyke,
So what
that
do you
is
mean?
inside the courtroom, and so is this
Make
clock
America great.
showing,
It's already
excuse
great
me,
for you.
1:45 as the time inside the courtroom, as the courtroom continues to fill
What
up
more
here.
do you want?
So,
Talking about make
Irv,
America great
there were
again. It's
questions
already
yesterday
great for
to the
you.
jury, from the jury,
It's
and
already
there were
great for
questions
you.
this morning. Take us through what was asked this morning and how it may impact what the
So I
jury was
don't
thinking.
understand why you're
The
saying
question
that.
this morning was about the aggravated battery with firearm counts, and they said, "Hey, Judge, there's 16 verdict forms here.
It's already great for
how
you,
do we
man. This is
know
y'all
to
world.
number which of the shots correlates to which of the
I
verdict
mean,
forms?"
what else y'all want to happen?
That gives you a hint that there's going to be at least one guilty and one not guilty, because if it was all guilty or all not guilty, they wouldn't be worrying about the numbers. They would just be going up and down with whatever they thought. So I think that gives us an insight that there's going to be at least one guilty on the aggravated battery with a firearm.
Yeah, and we should mention that the courtroom, as you can see, the cameras in the courtroom right there, the people waiting for the verdict, and the clock in the courtroom is about 2 minutes behind what we believe the clock was. And now you can see everybody waiting patiently for the jury to come back in and for them to deliver the verdict to the clerk, who will read it.
Yeah, it's a very crowded courtroom. Everyone's seated except for what we see, several officers in the back of the courtroom guarding the doors. Very quiet at this point. A lot of people either looking ahead or down at their phones, potentially on social media, sharing what's going on inside.
Yes, but let me ask you, Irv, the cameras in the courtroom, this is a relatively new thing here in Chicago. Do you think it's made the process more easily understood for people who don't get a chance to go in courtrooms, or do you think that there's been more theater because the camera's been in the courtroom?
Not in this case. I think in this case, it's here for the public to see what's going on.
Or let's listen in here. We hear the judge potentially talking.
Images in the prior courtroom action. If there is any outward bursts or anything else like this in this court, as you can see, my sheriffs are around the inner part of the courtroom. You will be arrested immediately and taken into custody. The reason, and let me give you the reasons for this too. We have these wonderful people and our alternates here who have taken the time out of their life, and we all know, just come back from a small vacation or some kind of work trip, and we have to catch up, and they have to catch up, and they've done things, and this is not the easiest decisions to make in the world. So I don't want anybody second guessing them. They've done an outstanding job. We all have to be proud of their accomplishments as citizens of Cook County. So again, what I want you to do is look into your heart, and if you can withstand the verdicts, please stay. But if you think you can't, I want you to leave, because there will be a zero tolerance at this time, because I'm not going to have these people disrespected. And thank you, ma'am. I appreciate that. All right. And anybody else? All right. I know this isn't going to be easy, so I'm, asking you again to look into your heart. If you think you're not capable of this, then please leave, and we'll let you back in after the
The
verdict.
judge is instructing everybody to leave.
And I want you. All right. What I want to do too is we've had members from the media, both broadcast and press journalists. They've just been fantastic. Everybody's been really outstanding. The reporting on this has been very important, because we need transparency, and especially in a case like this. And I really want to compliment the media chairs. They've just been great. They've been very cooperative. We had a great session the other day with the two jurors, the alternate jurors that were excused, and we're allowed, to have the interview with them. I'm going to see if we can get another interview going with the rest of the jurors and with our wonderful alternates here. So again, thank you very much. I appreciate your interest, and again, thank you for the press. You've been outstanding. All right, bring the jury out, please.
All rise for the jury.
All right, the verdict is about to be. All right, the verdict is about to be rendered. righty.
Right now, this is a pull feed, which means that one camera is in the courtroom for all the media outlets. So that's what we're seeing now. It's, of course, a black screen.
The jury's coming in.
Right, and we do not want to identify the jury at this time.
So you're not having technical difficulties, but we are waiting for them all to take their places and to sit down, and the verdict is just moments away. And once they get seated, we will see the people watching it outside the courthouse right there, waiting anxiously to hear what the verdict will be.
Yeah. Now we're going to take you back to a live view inside the courtroom.
Will the fourth person please rise?
He's just been seated again. Let's
Has the
listen.
jury reached verdicts?
Yes, they have.
Thank you. Appreciate that. I like the jury are wearing a fantastic. That's good. Ladies and gentlemen, let me explain certain things so you'll understand the verdicts a little bit better. All right, the charges in this case were first-degree murder, 16 counts of aggravated battery, and 1 count of official misconduct. There also, the defense had asked for the instructions in the jury verdict form on second-degree murder. All right, let me explain the process here. Before anybody can get to second-degree murder, the state must prove each and every element of first-degree murder. There is no bypassing that and going directly to second-degree murder. As pointed out by one of our wonderful professors, Professor Kling, who's in the audience during his lectures, second-degree murder is a combination of first-degree murder plus a mitigating factor. It is not really technically a lesser included offense because it demands another set of proof, which would be the proof by the defense or the defendant going forward by preponderance of the evidence. So with this understanding, will you please read the verdicts?
We, the jury, find the defendant, Jason Van Dyke, guilty of second-degree murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, Jason Van Dyke, guilty of aggravated battery with firearm, first shot. We, the jury, find the defendant, Jason Van Dyke, guilty of aggravated battery with firearm, second shot. We, the jury, find the defendant, Jason Van Dyke, guilty of aggravated battery with firearm, third shot. We, the jury, find the defendant, Jason Van Dyke, guilty of aggravated battery with firearm, fourth shot. We, the jury, find the defendant, Jason Van Dyke, guilty of aggravated battery with a firearm, fifth shot. We, the jury, find the defendant, Jason Van Dyke, guilty of aggravated battery with a firearm, sixth shot. We, the jury, find the defendant, Jason Van Dyke, guilty of aggravated battery with a firearm, seventh shot. We, the jury, find the defendant, Jason Van Dyke, guilty of aggravated battery with a firearm, eighth shot. We, the jury, find the defendant.
For every bullet, that's what I want everybody to understand. For every bullet that was shot, that's aggravated battery.
We, the jury, find
He shot him 16 times, so.
guilty of aggravated battery with firearm, 10 shots. We, the jury, find the defendant, Jason Van Dyke, guilty of aggravated battery with firearm, 11 shots.
Now that's the white.
We, the jury, find
They zero in on the white.
Jason Van Dyke, guilty of aggravated battery with firearm, 12 shots. Jason Van Dyke, guilty of aggravated battery with firearm.
That's right.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Jason Van Dyke, guilty of aggravated battery with firearm.
That's right.
Shots.
That's right.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Jason
That's
Van
right.
Dyke,
All
guilty
praises
of
to the Most High.
aggravated
All
battery
praises to the
with
Most High.
We,
All
the jury,
praises to
find
the Most High.
Jason Van Dyke, guilty of aggravated battery with firearm, 16 shots. We, the jury, find the defendant, Jason Van Dyke, not guilty of official misconduct.
At this time, Mr. Herbert. Can I have the attorneys over here for a second, please?
All right. So second-degree murder guilty, but no first-degree murder. Interesting.
Mr. Herbert.
Your Honor, this time we ask the
16 shots,
Ladies
man.
and gentlemen, I know this is, a new experience for you, but when anybody has been convicted of a person that has been the absolute right to hold a jury, this was a remedy decided by our, and the purpose of this is in case somebody was forced to sign a jury verdict form in the jury room. And this gave that individual the opportunity to be in
All
public
praises to the Most
and
High.
say, no, this wasn't my verdict form. So it's an absolute right. So the question will be, was this then and is this now your verdict? Meaning, was that then in the jury room and is this now your verdict? So at this time, Tony?
Yes. Juror 240, were those standing, are these now your verdicts? Juror 241, were those standing, are these now your verdicts? Yes. Juror 242, were those standing, are these now your verdicts? Yes. Juror 243, were those standing, are these now your verdicts? Yes.
Yeah,
Juror
see the black and
244,
Hispanics
were those standing, are these now your
better
verdicts?
realize
Juror 245,
what's happening
were
out
those
here,
standing,
man.
are these now your verdicts? Yes. Juror 246, were those standing, are these now your verdicts?
That's right.
Juror 247, were those standing, are these now your verdicts? Juror 248, were those standing, are these now your verdicts?
Yes.
Juror 249, were those standing, are these now your verdicts? Yes. Juror 250, were those standing, are these now your verdicts? Yes. And juror 251, were those standing, are these now your verdicts? Yes.
Okay, John and Jessica, will you take our wonderful people of the jury and our three wonderful alternates back to the jury room?
All rise for the jury.
So you heard it here. Guilty of second-degree murder, guilty of aggravated battery. That is the verdict against Jason Van Dyke, and now the people are responding and reacting.
Yes, we're seeing a live view outside.
For
Some
everybody
of them.
who participated
Actually, let's listen
in
to the
this
judges begin to speak again.
trial, and also for the public that are here today. I know, depending on what side that you really favored, it wasn't easy for for this verdict to come in. And I appreciate what your restraint that you used today. It makes me very proud to be a citizen of the city of Chicago and also the county of Cook. So thank you. At this time, state.
Your Honor, at this time, the state will move to revoke defendant Jason Van Dyke's bond.
Mr. Herbert.
Judge, we would ask that the motion for the state to be denied. We would ask that in light of the fact that our client is not found guilty of first-degree murder, we would ask for a bond review. If the alternative, we would ask if we can come back next week for a bond.
Mr. McMahon.
Judge, I would object to that. The defendant's been convicted of 16 counts of aggravated battery with a firearm. Those are Class X felonies. Mandatory minimum sentence is 6 years in the Illinois Department of Corrections, with a maximum of 30 years on each count. Given that he now stands before this court as a convicted felon, We ask that you revoke this bond.
All right, bail will be revoked. All right, I'm going to order a pre-sentence investigation.
So the jury's still not been over with, y'all. It's not over yet. It's not over with until they got some other thing. Because remember, he wasn't convicted of second-degree murder. So if any of those, go to your phones and Google what's the terms of that.
October 31st, 2018. All right.
They didn't even handcuff him.
Appreciate that. Court in recess.
All right. So there you have it. Second degree.
Thank you.
Verdict. All right. There we go. Live reaction.
Outside the courtroom, our Charlie DeMar is on the ground with the crowd there. Charlie, talk to us.
Erica, I'm in the middle of this scrum now. As it was silence throughout as the judge was reading each count, as those counts were being read off. But right now there is eruption here. The crowd has gone absolutely nuts. There was small cheers throughout, but this is absolutely erupted as soon as the judge wrapped up in the court. We've actually seen cars coming by honking their horns. But as this was going on, we're gonna actually follow the crowd here. They're marching down 26th here because we've seen a number of obviously cars. People have been listening to it. But clearly, a lot of celebration as Jason Van Dyke was convicted of second-degree murder and aggravated battery, among other counts. But you can see flags moving up here. Chants of justice for laquan going out. I'm going to let you hear it for a second. I'm going to try to talk to some people here. Hang on, I'm in the middle of it. How you feeling? What's going through your head right now? We did it. We fought. We fought. Yes, sir. We fought for the last few years. Oh my God. For the last few years, we put and sacrificed our lives. For the last few years, we've all caught cases. We've all been in the criminal justice system, fighting for laquan McDonald. For the last few years. Jedediah, for the last few years. Jedediah, is this a sense of relief right now? Oh my God. Community activist Jedediah Bryant out here. Obviously emotional of this. What's going through your head? We didn't give up. I'm just, we didn't give up. A black life has finally mattered. And once again, I want to thank, just like the defense did, I want to thank the 12 jurors for seeing the pain of the community, for seeing every single shot and making the right decision and locking Jason Van Dyke up and let it be a message to every Chicago police officer. Do your job the right way or you can join your party.
And as we hear the folks outside who are jubilant over this verdict, we're watching people leave the courthouse right now, and we're waiting to hear from hopefully some of the family members of laquan McDonald. We'd also like to hear from some of the jurors as well, but we're waiting patiently for that to happen as well, as you see the scene from inside the courtroom and the just exalted scene from inside.
Yeah,
so I'm assuming everyone who's in favor of the verdict stayed and everybody else who wasn't in left, or is it mixed? So who's still in agreement with the verdict?
Decision, the guilty verdict
drop a
for
comment.
second-degree murder and guilty on 16 counts of aggravated.
Come on, y'all, use that keyboard. Let me know what you think. I would like to know. You want me to continue or you want me to cut this off? Let me know.
Motion for a new trial will be October 31st, Halloween.
And we did see.
Let me know, man. Let me know. You want me to continue or cut it off, or you don't care?
Stand up, hands behind his back, escorted from the courtroom. And that after both the prosecution and defense went back and forth with the judge as to why he should either be allowed to stay out or have his bail revoked. And in this case, he is now in custody. So, Irv, taking all of this in, hearing second degree and hearing 16 counts of aggravated battery is what he was found guilty on. What are your thoughts?
For those people out there that are disappointed that it wasn't first degree, they should realize, and the judge said this at the time before the verdict was read, that in order to be found guilty of second degree murder, the jury must first find that first degree murder was in fact committed. But there was a mitigating factor. And that
he brought in the heavy hitters today.
Jason Van Dyke shot the gun. He thought he was acting in self-defense, but that belief was unreasonable. So in effect, you could say he was found guilty of first degree because you have to get there first before you get to second degree.
And we should also let everybody know that second degree murder and 16 counts of aggravated battery, that is a very serious verdict against Jason Van Dyke.
This will be the longest sentence that any Chicago police officer convicted of something in the line of duty will ever serve, in my opinion, because the aggravated battery to a firearm, which is, we've said before, is more serious than the second degree, carries a minimum of 6, it's not probationable, a maximum of 30, and he has to do 85% of it before he's eligible for
Now let's go to our CBS News, Jeremy Ross. Actually, let's listen right here.
One, two, three, four, five, six.
Sorry for the commentary.
Jeanette, Janette, Wilson, Wilson. Well, the jury returned a verdict, and I think when you look at all of the facts in the case, it is a just verdict. Many people were hoping